All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, lovely people also freedom all over the world. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Let's Talk TV, your number one YouTube channel that gives you updated news and information on all the issue trending and happening in Biafran territory. Please subscribe to this channel and make sure you turn on your notification because that is the only way you can get notified whenever we drop our spanking news. Now, straight to the broadcast that you're about to listen to, because a lot has actually been happening in these past few days. We all know what is happening in Orlu, currently, where the Nigerian government, decided to attack an innocent people in Orlu, bringing all kind of weaponry, to attack and fight Biafrans in their territory. Thank God for the doggedness of people like the Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, who has actually, been doing the needful with the Biafran defense team, Biafran Liberation Army, Biafran Navy, and the rest of them who have been fighting tooth and nail, to make sure that the land is safe. Like I always say, not everyone will participate, in the fight for freedom. But the least you can do is the little things. For example, fighting freedom no be my case. So it requires a lot of money. When I mean a lot of money, it requires a lot of money. So when I see people castigate Prime Minister Simon Ekpa when he comes out, and solicit for support, for financial support, I laugh because we know what is at stake. We know what is at stake. Even for Ukraine, currently in Ukraine, they are still soliciting for the support, for the financial support of other countries like US and the rest of them. Because that is what freedom is all about. Ammunitions needs to be gotten. Other equipment needs to be gotten. And how do you do these things without funds, adequate funds? That is why that little, that you are putting might actually be the most needed amount, in order to complete them, to get them these equipments that are needed, to defend the land. Please enjoy this wonderful broadcast because this is an educative one and also a very important information to all Biafrans, so that they will actually know what is happening in Biafran land. One thing we'll keep doing on Let's Talk TV, is to give you the adequate confirmatory information. And that is why we also solicit them for your support in any way you can. Just send us a message in the comment section and we will do the needful by replying you. And thank you for those who have been supporting in their own way. Enjoy this wonderful broadcast and stay tuned for more.
Bigger now, I hope so. It should be. Yes, everybody can possibly join me to read this morning. Our Prime Minister is Master Simon Ekpa is making of the great, making of Alexander the Great. Making of Alexander the Great. This is a trend, but I want to pick this particular portion of that thread because it's a long thread. You take your time and go to the thread and read. I have not had time to read it all, but I have to pick this portion that you and I can quickly relate with. You and I can quickly relate with why you need to understand that the Biafra spirit is in top gear. The Biafra spirit is in top gear. Welcome, what is sister? It is in top gear and under our Prime Minister, and we must increase the momentum. Anything you can do to make sure the momentum is high, to make sure that people are hearing about Biafra, that people are hearing that these Biafra people, they are stubborn, no, they don't agree, then they give Nigeria water, then they scatter anything Nigeria. Then they confuse Nigeria. Then they pursue Nigeria army. Then they give them water. Nigeria army, they come, then they fall. Then they come, then they fall. Anything that will make it happen in the world stage, so that the world will be hearing. You and going to hear our story. They're going to hear our report. Biafra land, the army of Nigeria is going there to fight them, and Biafra people is giving them water, and the Biafra government is well equipped, armed to the teeth to stop the Nigerian army in coming to Biafra land to kill Biafrans. We must increase what? The momentum. Let me read so that you can relate. Mazi Simon Ekpa is an embodiment of Biafra struggle. Is an embodiment of what? Of the Biafra struggle. He took over the initiative shortly after his boss. Somebody say his boss. After his boss. You know, you need to see that those that have been telling you, deceiving you, telling you that he is fighting to take over from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is fighting to shine over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Ekpa have never usurped authority over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Has never presented himself as being above Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why on the table of his demand from this criminal, evil government, number one have always been, you must release my boss, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then we can talk. You cannot come and meet me and say, stop this. No. What I know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can do, what I know he believes, the legacy he kept, I will continue. In fact, I will be doing it more than I think he can even do. So that when he comes, he will say, yes, my son, you learned very well. So you are not releasing him. You want to walk through the back door, corner, and come and talk to me. You are baggers. You must be sick in your head, all of you. All of you. So Mazi Simon Ekpa is saying that he took over the initiative shortly after his boss, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, was kidnapped and incarcerated by Nigerian authorities. Their thinking then was that the perpetual detention of Kanu will eventually bring the Biafra agitation to nothing. All of us agree today, even them agree today, that they failed, and they failed woefully at that. But they are shocked by the superlative. Hey, I just like the presentation of this. That's why I will read it. You know, I like presentations like this. But they are shocked by the superlative performance of Ekpa and his colleagues. Colleagues, someone say we are colleagues.
We are colleagues.
Someone say we are colleagues.
We are colleagues.
Oh, goodness. You know, whenever they attach me with Mazi Simon Ekpa and they join me with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is such an excitement that I can't compare it with anything. I am happy to be a colleague. I'm telling you, any day, anytime, wake me up any day, arrest me and tie my hands. I am a colleague. Colleague in stopping Nigeria, colleague in decimating Nigeria, colleague in destroying the evil called Fulani Caliphate. I am a colleague, and a very proud colleague at that. Very, very proud. Hey, somebody say colleague. Wow.
Colleague.
Wow, I love that. Where am I before I lose my line? Okay. And these colleagues in pushing the Biafra actualization forward. Pushing it forward. That is why I said we must increase the momentum. They must continue to hear your voice. They must continue to hear our voice. In pushing it forward, he is a kind of Alexander the Great in the making. The truth remains that God is using him mightily. For you to be able to, relate very well, understand, you need to go and read this thread from the beginning. Me, I will do that. So I am reading this end part of it because I relate very, very well. And when you read the story of Alexander the Great, you will now be able to join it together and understand the Obato Bie we're talking about, and understand where you are and who is leading you, and understand how you will, you should display yourself. You should relate with people. You should begin to act going forward, knowing who you are in this movement. The truth remains that God is using him mightily, as he used individuals like Alexander and Darius in the past. The Lord has a master plan about the major events in this world, both the ones that have taken place and the ones yet to take place. Biafra's sovereignty is one of them. Remember, Mazin Nambekano told you that Biafra will be the last miracle that will happen. God planned about succession of world empires. They featured Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon, Iraq, Darius of Persia, Iran, and Alexander the Great of Macedonia, Greece. Others are yet to come. Jehovah used those men at one time or the other to fit into his master plan for the end of this world. Some of them were ungodly men, not fully aware of God's hand upon them. Nevertheless, God used them to achieve his purpose for nations. They thought it was by their own might to conquer nations, but later some of them realized God's supernatural intervention in their lives for the great victories. God allowed Alexander to easily conquer nations which were much stronger and more armed than his. Take note of this. He conquered nations which were much stronger and more armed than his. Their soldiers vastly outnumbered his also. He met little resistance in the territories he defeated. Oh my goodness me. He met little resistance in the territories he defeated. I am telling you, and I bet you with 10 fingers and 10 toes, that no matter the confrontation that Biafra will face, we are going to surmount them all. We are going to defeat them all. You know why? Akachukudia. The hand of God is in it. It is the involvement of the finger of God. Anybody still doubting it? Continue to bring your soldiers to Biafra land and see how they live in sacks of Bako super sack. Their soldiers vastly outnumbered his also. He met little resistance in the territories he defeated. God showed Prophet Daniel in a revelation referred to Alexander as the he-goat that broke the horns of the ram. The ram signified king of Persian Empire. Daniel chapter 8 from verse 9 to 8. God said he would conquer nations and establish himself in the empire. 4 kingdoms will arise from his domain. History had it that when Alexander died, his kingdom was split among his 4 army commanders. People are amazed at the high level of success Simon and his colleagues said. Oh, thank you. You know, when they put colleagues, you can decide to put your name there. You know, people are amazed at the high level of success Simon and Pastor Van and Warri's sister and Mazi Solomon. You can put your name because you are a worthy colleague. Have recorded in the struggle. God is highly involved in what they are doing. The Lord has seen the oppression and bondage of our people. Somebody said the Lord has seen. The Lord has seen.
The Lord has seen.
The Lord has seen.
The Lord has seen.
When God sees the oppression of his people and decides to raise his finger, as he has done in the case of Biafra, I pity for those that have made his children cry. I pity for those that have made his children so. I pity for Nigeria. I pity for Britain. I pity for United States that are now mingling in and giving them assistance. I pity for France. I pity for these people that are giving Tinubu and Tifnubu, this criminal APC. I pity for those giving them help. Let me continue. The Lord has seen the oppression and bondage of our people in the hands of Hausa Fulani with Yoruba collaborators. He has therefore come down to deliver us from the hands of the wicked, as he did to Israel under bondage in Egypt. Ekpa continued with his activities in a non-violent form. After the detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he was merely exposing the atrocities of Nigeria. He was busy writing, changing the narrative, getting the attention to understand why they should hit the word in, but they did not. He was just very peaceful, writing, and all of us were just listening. He was merely exposing the atrocities of Nigeria and Nigeria armed men deployed to terrorize Biafra. He videoed and shown to the world the secret time going on here against our people. They mounted roadblocks even inside villages, extorting money from people and arresting innocent youths. Mortuaries were filled up, especially in Imo State, with dead bodies of youths tied. All kinds of criminally minded people were given deadly weapons and uniform to terrorize our land. His lamentation and those of us on the media over the carnage going on in the eastern Nigeria fell on deaf ears. You know why? Because when being warned severally and they refuse, the head being warned and they refuses, it will go down to the grave. International communities did very little or nothing to address the genocide against us. The impunity of our oppressors began to get out of hand. They started burning houses and shops of our people under flimsy excuses. At a stage, ECPA began to issue warning and ultimatum to those terrorists in uniform to stop burning properties. It yielded some results. Then they began to bomb our villages. Can you believe that? They began bombing our villages with warplanes. Warplanes in Biafra land. The most peaceful part in that zoo, they were applying the use of warplanes to cargo jets. Of course, many people were died. The dictator who left power in 2023 committed a lot of despicable acts during his misrule. Soldiers used machine guns to spray bullets. We saw the village to spray bullets on houses and people in our villages. The impostor and illiterate wreaked havoc in our land. God Almighty will expose and punish him. Devil incarnate. There's a lot to be read. Go to the thread. You will be able to flow with the thread. You understand how far we have come. How far we have come. I'm going to open the mic now for those that want to come in. You understand how far we have come, what our minister have been able to contend with. And then when we want to relate this morning, you will have to push it in a way that people must understand the need for us to maintain the momentum, for us to continue to add more petrol, so that the whole world will be able to see that these people. Look, these people, they are right in what they are doing. They can only be justified because you cannot be, it is only a tree that will be caught. It cannot run, and it cannot act, it cannot react. We are the people that have flesh and blood, and they did this to us, and we are reacting. I want to give the microphone very quickly. Please, 3 minutes, so that we'll be able to touch everybody. 3 minutes, and then you will stop and allow the next to speak. Worry sister, you are the first on the mic. Please grab your mic, Worry sister.
Thank you. Good morning. Otutu Oma. I don't tell you and say I need to hear English again. I preaching now the year, and I be my language. So if they don't understand their business, maybe they go carry interpreter when they interpret for them. Goodness, God will bless you, God will strengthen you. All of us, when be the colleagues, God will strengthen us. God will give us the wisdom. God will give us the power to defeat them. The same way Samson defeat Goliath. Now so our leader go defeat this big giant Goliath. Just like as he write for them, say that country with the little army when they get, he defeat the people when he get army, when he get everything, when he's strong past them, but still he still defeated. Now so now we go. Is this written? It don't there. Is there anything when not there? Is there anything that is too difficult for our Shuko Kike? Nothing. As far one country doing, why they say we the Biafra, the rising sun, the child of God, the first child of God. God get plenty, but now we be number one. Now because we sell our bike ride the first time, when God said, "Now no repent, He go take stone." And this country with truth and honesty, and at the same thing, now His son don't follow. So the truth when He get to His hand, now He go to destroy the zoo. They go gather. They go call us. Not be we go find them again. The time we take find them, it don't pass. Now then go find us right now. You don't swear person go there for your own ass. But another man go come say, come off my country. You know they no go fit push us come out. No matter how they carry America, they carry England, join body. We go still win this battle. Because this battle is already been won. And now God send us to this battle. No battle when Shukokiko go send your own when we say go leave them astray. He said, keep your peace. He said, I will fight for you. Even though we they talk, but our peace is that we know say Shuko Kike deal with us. Our peace is that we know say Shuko Kike they guide our gallant men. That's why they say they be juju, they vanish, they vanish. Now because of the God Almighty. The Shiko Kikobiama, when he deal with them, now they can never see them. They can never see them. Now we, our leaders, now we go our gallant men. Now them go they see the enemy when they come. All those ones where they carry all those things come. So it's like they open the Red Sea. You see all those tanks when they carry console. The Red Sea is opening gradually. All of a sudden, you go see it go swallow all those tankers. Una no go see them again. But una watch. They are coming. They see they come. We see the lure they come. Now little they don't carry come. They go carry 20 come. And the Red Sea will just open and it will swallow them. And they go think say nothing. They wonder. They go wonder. Biafra wonder, come and see. Biafra wonder. They go they see when the time come. You understand? I want to talk about PN. I don't know whether that man is sleep. I just want to thank him and bless him. Let the God that created heaven and earth, let it give him peace. Anytime he say he won't sleep, when he put his head for bed, make him sleep like a sounding baby and wake up like a giant man. May God give him peace, wisdom upon wisdom. Now I pray for that man. He go see us through. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Warri sister. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, we move. Please, Chuku, one name, okay. Chukuma, please take the microphone, please.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Good morning, brother Pastor Van Van Van. Thank you for giving me the privilege. Yesterday it was hell. I wanted to come in and a lot of things happened and I got mad. So my brother, no waste time. Let me just hit the button. You see, I'm going to go to our people and our PM.
Go ahead.
The music goes like this. Atunebu gika nọlele. Atunebu gika nọlele. Elere anya gburugburu tụjọ n'ihi na mụ onwe m bụ Jehova Chineke gị ga-agba gị ume. M ga-enyere gị aka. M ga-echekwa gị. Ngeji aka nke ezi omume kwagide gị. You see, my brother, you know why I sing this thing? I remember one of the last broadcasts of our leader when he handed over everything to someone, but the people don't know. Visually, he said everybody should follow Simon Ekpa.
Yes.
To him, share his video accordingly. That is bringing a new dimension. That was when automatically our leader handed over this project.
Because he knew that for us to be able to arrive at that destination that many people have tried, the same way they have been trying it, we need a new dimension to arise there. So he said, follow him. He is bringing a new dimension. And he gave instruction, make sure you share his message. Because he knew the impact that new dimension was going to make in our struggle. And he didn't just do it once. So he gave him that recommendation 2, 3, 4 times or so. And when they came together on the same stage, he made the world understand that this man, I also myself pay attention to him. He has the capabilities and abilities to keep me dumbfounded. Imagine that the guy who listened and said, wow, he has taken everything away from me that I want to say. He has got what it takes. And yet people up till now do not understand. Please go ahead. I didn't want to take word from your mouth, but don't go ahead.
So, my brother, you see, that was automatically when the spirit of our leader descended upon our PM. Now, for this thing to actualize, I say, my son, for your presence to be around, for you to be around us, this thing will not work because there's no way this young man will move without you staying behind. I will allow these people to do their bidding. Look at what they are planning against you. Don't worry, I'll be with you there. Let someone take over. That they will see something that they have not been seeing. They will hear, they will run, they will mad, some will die. And today, my brother, do you know the greatest joy I have in my life? That today, all the social media, everywhere, is talking about Biafra. That which they avoided is the same thing they are talking about. Now, the whole earth cannot deny or say they did not know or hear or it did not come to their mind that there was a particular nation called Biafra on this planet that everybody fighted against them and they still survived and they still waxing strong. My brother, Akachukwudia, just like my sister said, Adadi Olamma, Akachukwudia. Number two, our leader says something that always makes me so happy. You see, this man, Chukwu came and will continue to bless him from generation to generation.
He
He's
said,
coming out. He
he
said,
said,
if you're not in spirit, you won't understand. Look at the whole things that are happening today. Those that are with him and those that are not with him. My brother, check by yourself. Is it the people that are with our leader then are with him today? The answer is no. Different people has come, shout, no way. But the right people has come to take over. Simon Eber and his colleague. That is what is trending. You are happy to be one of his colleagues, and I happen to be one of his followers. Because what people are doing, I can rather I will be sharing your video, sharing and liking. That is what I've been doing on my own side. I can't be able to come up like this to always host a program, but I will share it whenever I see your video, even though I was not there. I will share it so that people that would like to watch will watch. So that people that argue will argue tired. So that people that say it's not possible will not believe say it is possible. My brother, the spirit is on top here. And
thank you.
Stop it. Let me tell you, finally, you see, only had here kwe
Kweta.
if you say no, you will agree by force.
By force.
Are they not coming to our life? They are coming. Are they not deleting? They are deleting buying every day. Look at these women, they are coming with it. What is happening? Just like Elisha. Where they gather, they do a Jansuroku. This is what is happening. See, continue to protect our men. These people are doing a wonderful job. Give them strength, wisdom, in fear. If the enemy is coming, once they hear the sound, the footstand of our men on ground, they will start running. I watched some of the armor tank. The time comes when the armor tank start going back. I asked them, why are they running? I thought that you were Oga. Why are you running? Hey, so that you will see what you're looking for. You come to somebody's house thinking that the person will leave the house for you. It's impossible. My brother, after voting, don't forget to continue to support the nation. Those things that you see them use it's money. After voting, the nation continue. In fact, as you are making your voting, continue your donation. It is non-stop. Our PM said it, non-stop. Even when we declare it, we will defend it. Thank you all, my people.
Thank you, Chukwuma. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. The Lord bless you.